What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Set and Forget episode in the podcast. So you guys can tell, I got the man Swaggy C here. The amount of times that I have gotten like this in the DMs, in the comments, has been crazy. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to do nothing basic. I'm not going to, just do it through Zoom. It's glitching. I'm like, bro, I will literally fly out to Swaggy's house. So first of all, before we get into anything, like we've been talking, we've been chopping it up for like, 2-3 hours already. Like, he gives around the whole entire Dorado. This man is about to drop gems. Like we've been talking now, and I'm just like, all right, I'm going to stop talking to you. I'm not going to ask you any more questions. I'm going to save it for the podcast. So first of all, I appreciate you, bro, having me, come out here to, your crib out here in Puerto Rico. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, man.
Like, I don't think you guys understand, like, not just the house itself is an accomplishment. This is huge, but like where you are, like this guy has been showing me around the whole entire community, and it's a different vibe. Like you don't even feel that you're in, I don't want to say like a state, you're like in your own private world. Nobody's coming in with you. So I want to say thank you, bro, for bringing me out here. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, man.
I called it. I told you it was going to be a girl. Yep. And appreciate you, because this is the first time you're on another podcast.
Yeah, this is my first time ever, and all my my audience knows this is the first time I've ever done a podcast on somebody else's channel. So it's going to be a good one.
So I appreciate you, bro.
No problem, bro. No problem. Let's get to it.
So let's start off with, real quick, like Dorado, Puerto Rico, bro, what, why, how, like, what the fuck, like,
yeah, bro. The crazy part about it is that like nobody knew about this. You said this when we were driving on the golf carts that like you just moved here. I didn't talk about it for months. I didn't talk about it for years. I just moved here.
Yeah,
and I've been looking at it for about a year and a half. Logan Paul put me onto it, and once I realized how much money I'd save in taxes out here, like we're day traders. It's 0%. It's not 10. It's not 20. It's not 30. Like California was charging me between 50 and 60%. It's zero. Okay, I know I'm gonna save a lot of money on taxes and businesses out here, and it's beautiful and it's isolated. I don't really party like that. I like being quiet and peaceful. It was a no-brainer for me. I'm not in like these clubs or anything like that. I got a wife, I got a daughter on the way. I be chilling. So when I came out here and I moved out here, it was like when I made my video, my tour, I was like, yo, how did Puerto Rico happen?
Yeah.
I've grown and matured to the point where like I don't need to talk about my moves before I make them. Whereas in 2020, people know I was talking about everything. So I don't know, it just happened. Yeah,
I was telling you because you were telling me like you go chill with Jake, with Logan, and like you came a couple times before you actually got the crib. Like you toured Puerto Rico, Dorado, and I'm just like, bro, why didn't you make content? Why didn't you just like post about it or like come? Bro, nothing. You just popped off, bro. You just got the crib. Like
if Logan never made his video and I never talked to Jake at the basketball court or at my gym Unbreakable in Los Angeles, I would have never moved here. And especially Jake's trainer, D-Cut, he put me on so heavily and put me onto the neighborhood, introduced me to so many people. And it was, I don't know, it's just an amazing thing. But as far as content, people gotta know, I've been running this YouTube game for 3-4 years now. There's not much more I could do realistically. Like I've done all the trading videos you can think of. I've done Secure the Swag, the TV shows. I've done everything you could think of. And now I'm at a point to where, like I said, you mentioned on your last podcast where you did it by yourself, where I'm going to give y'all content for a full year, then I want to live my life. Mm-hmm. And Flight 23, he's like Flight Reacts, like a funny guy who reacts to like NBA games. He's like, I don't watch the games in real time because I have a life. I just react to them. So for me, it's like I've been doing this for 3-4 years. Now I just want to live my life with my wife and my daughter on the way and just chill. I still want to interact with my community, do my businesses, and love y'all. But if I'm not giving y'all 4 videos a week like I used to do 2 years ago, don't kill me. Yeah. I've done a lot already.
You're just living life now.
Yeah, I'm chilling, man.
No, trust me, you're living life out here, bro.
Bro, I'm chilling, man.
Bro, what's up, guys? So I've been getting a ton of questions what broker I'm using. So you guys know I'm a swing trader. I like holding trades for kind of days, weeks at a time. There's a lot of pros and cons. One of the cons is that you get charged commissions. So I've actually found a broker that has 0 commissions, raw spreads, UCT withdraw, a bunch of more cool features. You guys have been asking me about it. So I finally found the broker. If you guys want to find out more about the broker, the link is in the description below, and let's continue with the video. Bro, I'm telling you, this guy's driving around Dorado. I'm like, bro, like, dude, I would have never expected this. You get me? Like, I even right now, like, still being here, like, being around the community, I've never seen nothing like this. Like, I've toured around a little bit, like, Mexico. I've gone, Puerto Rico, DR, Cuba, and it's just not this. Like, this feels so exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, bro. So, talking about, bringing it back a little bit, bro, where does Swaggy start? Like, where are you, originally from? Because you say you've never been on a podcast, right? So, I want people, like, give people, like day one, before Forex, before basketball, TV show, Bailey, everything. Like, talk to me from day one.
Yeah, so I grew up, I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is about, 20, 30 minutes from New York. So basically New York is like my first home, basically. And then growing up, we grew up very, very poor. You know, my mom and dad got divorced really, really young, and I lived with my dad and my brother, and we were like homeless. Like we moved from Connecticut to North Carolina, and I went to 17 different schools in 8 years.
17
schools in 8 years. Like
first
grade, I was in Connecticut. Second grade, Connecticut, North Carolina. Third grade, North Carolina, Connecticut, North Carolina. All in the same year. Like, I mean, like October or August to like October, North Carolina. October to February, January, then I just kept transferring, like, because my dad would get a new job, or he had like kidney issues, so like he'd be like higher on the list to get a kidney in Connecticut and North Carolina, and then get higher in North Carolina to Connecticut. So we kept switching back and forth. So 17 and 8 different years, and then we were homeless. We were at a point where we were sleeping in cars, slept in shelters for, I mean, like at 6 years old and at 13 years old. But 13 is when that hit me the most. Because when you're about to go to high school and all your friends are staying after for this or that, and you get off the bus and people are walking to their homes, and like me and my brother are walking to the local shelter, that scarred me to the point where I said I never want to go through this again. And that's what started my journey in terms of financial independence and freedom, where I just wanted to just make as much money as I possibly could so that me or my family never had to struggle again. So that's kind of where I started, where it was Connecticut, and then that foundation got me to here. That's why I'm such an advocate for financial literacy, whether it's credit, mortgage. Doesn't got to be Forex. There's something along finances because they don't teach it in school. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm so passionate about it.
That's crazy. I didn't know you were homeless.
Yeah, twice.
Damn.
Twice, yeah. And I remember it, though. Like, it wasn't like I was homeless at 2. I remember sleeping in cars, having a little DVD player. We used to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer and 2.5 Men. Like, those are the only 2 things we could watch. I remember watching it. And then in the shelter, I remember at the shelter, Can't Believe It by T-Pain and Lil Wayne when it came out. I was in a shelter when that came out. Lil Wayne, Lollipop, I was in a shelter. I remember watching it at the little living room they had on a little small. I remember watching it and listening to the lyrics. I remember all of that. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like I was 2 years old. I don't remember it. So that's what drove me here today.
And then after that, you telling me, so you went to college, right?
Yeah.
You played college ball.
Yeah.
So how did you transition from college ball to Forex trader, entrepreneur now?
Yeah. So when I played college ball in Boston, then transferred from Boston to New Jersey, St. Peter's. St. Peter's, who went to the Elite 8. We made history this year. Shout out to my boys. I played there, and my first year I was just like basically redshirting. But the second year, when I was like there, I wasn't playing, so it kind of threw me for a loop. And then the third year, when I wasn't playing again, I was like, okay, I got to figure something else out, because the best player on my team didn't go to the NBA. He was going overseas, and they weren't really making that much money.
Okay.
So I'm just like, okay, like I can grind as much as I can right now and then try to go overseas, but then what, I'm going to make $72K a year. So I'm a real big battle rap like advocate. I used to be a part of the community heavily. And I was watching a battle, Hitman Holla versus Sue Surf, and before it came on, an ad came on. It was Ty Lopez. And Ty Lopez said his first Here in My Garage video.
I remember.
Something in his first 5 seconds captivated me to the point to where I did not skip the ad. I watched the entire ad, clicked the link for the seminar, watched the full 3-hour seminar. It was a health, wealth, love, and happiness seminar. I remember like it was yesterday. And
this is while you're in college?
Yeah, while I'm in college.
Okay.
Right after practice. I remember being in the cafeteria, watching the ad, clicking the link, and then going back to my room to watch the full video. And then watching it, I bought his 67 Steps program. And in that program, it wasn't like he mentioned or went into extensively about Forex, but he was talking about everything you can do: stocks, Forex, options, real estate, social media marketing. And I researched all of them. And Forex was the only one where, as a broke college student, was like, you can get in for $100 and you know what I mean? You don't really got to make too much money. Whereas like the stock market has that PDT rule, 25,000. Options just seemed confusion to me when it came to Forex. And real estate, I had to have money for real estate. Money, So I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump into Forex. And I came across Baby Pips in 2015, and early 2015, I'm talking about like January. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna study Forex. Once school ended, from May to August, I sat in my room, didn't go out one time. I just studied Baby Pips from top to bottom.
There's a lot of content there.
Top to bottom, bro.
Yeah.
And then I bought 3 different courses, went back to college my junior year, wasn't playing again. I was like, okay, I'm really gonna figure this Forex thing out. And last but not least, March 6, 2016, we lost to Fairfield in the first round, which was a shocker because we was ranked higher than them. When we lost, if you go back to my second year of trading results video on YouTube, March 10th, I made $2,000. My first $2,000 day ever in the market. And this was 4 days. You got to realize, as a basketball player, you wake up, you go to a class, you go to practice for 3 hours, you stay out there an extra hour to get shots up, you go to the cafeteria, and then it's like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. My first week where there was no practice, like classes were minimal because the end of the year, I made $2,000. Oh, no, it's over. I'm dropping out. I but from that moment on, I made a plan to drop out. I sent long messages to all my friends saying I'm not coming back. I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. A lot of people I sent the messages to left me on red, like my coaches. Girls laughed at me and said, "LOL, good luck." I sent like a paragraph and it said, "LOL, good luck." That was it. You know what I mean? And I dropped out, became a babysitter, and then years later I'm here.
That's right. I remember you were a babysitter. You posted some content about that.
Yeah, I couldn't work a 9-to-5 job, so babysitting was the only job that allowed me to make $5,000 a month while learning how to trade.
Have you ever had a job other than the babysitting?
No, I worked at JCPenney for a week and then I quit.
Oh shit!
Like I went through training. I sat in the back for training. I was stacking stuff in the back. I quit the next week. I didn't even get my first check. I got the check. It was like
a couple dollars.
Couple dollars, bro. You know what I mean? But I didn't get that. And but when I quit there, I applied to be a dishwasher at Cheesecake Factory, and they told me I was either too qualified or not qualified enough to be a dishwasher. At that point, I was like, okay, I'm never working a job again. Babysitting only. I could play with kids, being an influence on them, and play games with them while learning how to trade. Easy job.
That's crazy, bro. So
easy.
Let's tie it back to a couple of things. So one, Ty Lopez. You said Ty Lopez is the one that kind of motivated you to get into Forex, getting
interesting because he lives here too.
That's what I was gonna say. So how does it feel like you're like this guy's neighbor now? How does that feel?
I've talked to Ty several times.
You told him?
In DM. I never met him in person because he's always traveling to Sweden or something. But via DMs, I've told him several times that like I'm only in Dorado because of you. Even though like I learned from a Forex trader, I learned from courses. It started because you laid the foundation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I thank you for that. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, no problem, appreciate it, blah, 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 blah. And we laugh because, a lot of people will call him a scam or think he's something, and he's out here changing lives. Like my life would not be what it is if Ty Lopez didn't do his hair in my garage video. Yeah. So it's like
with the black Porsche and
you remember, right?
Of course, bro, of course.
You know how it is, right? Like
of course. Yeah.
So right. Yeah. So some people may not like him. I'm somebody who likes him only because he changed my life. I don't like watch his content right now because I'm doing what I'm doing right now, but he changed my life. So it is kind of crazy to know that 7 years ago I was watching him and now I'm living in the same neighborhood as him. Like it's kind of crazy.
That's retarded. Like that to me is that's just like insane. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna bump into him like once like he kind of comes in and you guys see each other and like I feel that's like where it's gonna kind of hit you. So you talked a little about your journey there, how you came across Forex. So how long did it take for you to get profitable? Basic question, just to get that out there.
4 years, 3.5, 4 years. What happened was I was on a TV show and I was profitable before the show. But for me, it wasn't like grand profitable. It was like 4,000, 3,000, 5,000, 4,000, 6,000. Like it wasn't like anything crazy. I get on this TV show. It's called The Challenge. And it's like a real world based. And I get on the TV show and I hated it so much. And it got to the point because I can't swim, right? Especially at that time. Yeah. And they had us 50 feet over the water, holding onto like a rocket ship. Oh, shit. And they were just dropping us, plunging us into the water. And when they plunged me into the water, I couldn't get out. I had a life jacket on, but I couldn't get out. And I was in that water for 8 minutes while everybody was laughing. It's well documented on TV. And it wasn't until a guy named Kyle dropped 8 minutes after me. And he came over to me, grabbed me out of the water, and dragged me to the shore. And the minute he did that, I went over to everybody, and I told everybody, you will never see me on the show again. And I told my wife, baby, I'm going to go home. I'm going to figure this thing out to the point where it's like, it's not just 1,000 here, then 6,000 here, then 1,000 here, then 8. No, it's going to be to a point where it's a lot. And when I got off the show, I locked myself in a cage for 4 or 5 months. Mm-hmm. And then things just I had a $14,000 stipend from the challenge. So they gave me $14,000 for being on the show.
How long were you on the show for?
2 months? No. Yeah, 2 months. I went there September 20th. No, I went there October and I came back home November 29th. So a month and some change. Because you get like, I think, 3,000 every week you're on. So whatever the weeks is, up until 14,000. I got 14,000. My wife.
Yeah, because a lot of people think you made a shit ton of money from the show. No, you made nothing.
Big Brother, I made $3,000 from Big Brother, and that was a show that captivated everything. The Challenge paid me more, but I only made 14,000.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Nothing at all.
That's not paying for
that's nothing at all. And then on top of it, when I came home, I had so many bills that like, first of all, like 6,000 went away instantly to like bills and rent in Los Angeles. But I put like 5,000 to 6,000 into an account, and I just flipped it to like 60, 75, 80, 90. It got to a point where it was like 100, and then I was like, wow, I really have a huge account right now. And I started posting my profits, and people don't remember this. What they do, not the people who came across me now, but people who've known me for a long time, from that 2019 year, people started seeing all the profits, and I was posting. leading into 2020, posting, especially during the pandemic, posting consistently. The account kept growing and growing and growing. They were like, yo, like, do you teach this stuff? And I was like, nope, I don't teach it at all. And to the point where it was like, people kept asking me to teach them. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a course. But I never, and I even told Bailey, never in my life had an idea that I was gonna start a course. That was never the goal. The goal was just to trade and trade to a point to where I don't have to be on TV no more. That was my goal. I did that. But then it was like, oh, you can have a business on this too. Okay, let me start a course. And then I did not think it would get as big as it did.
Yeah.
At all.
Because you were definitely one of like, I don't want to say one of like the pioneers on YouTube, but you got in like a COVID. Everybody was home, you know, so everybody's searching how to make money online.
Yeah, I made it popular. Like the thing is, like, people have different sections when it comes to this industry. Like fxalexg started the Forex teaching online type of thing. Like they started in 2011. Mm-hmm. And then Q started the exotic car lifestyle thing. Yeah. And then I came in during the pandemic with like a TV show, like Secure the Swag, and it came to trading, and I made it popular during the pandemic. Like, so many people were home, and since I had a natural personality, I'm entertaining, I made trading cool. Like when it came to Sean and Nat, they were like, they had their suits on, but they talked really, really slow, and they have an accent. But they got good material, but they didn't make it entertaining. Mm-hmm. Q made social media lit with his cars and stuff, but people know Q is not a talker like that. Q won't just talk for 5 hours straight and 2-3 times a week for YouTube videos. I can do that because I was used to that for TV. So I made it popular. So I am one of the pioneers, but it gets to a point to where it gets exhausting. You know what I mean? To a certain extent, so you kind of fall back a little bit. But I do love it though. Yeah, no, definitely. You're not camera shy at all. Like you love it. So coming back to the show, you met Bailey on the show. On the show, yeah. So how does having a girl, like, supporting your business, because she supports everything. Yes, yeah, for sure. How does that help with your growth, whether it's your business, social media, everything? Like, how has she helped you out? Like, does it make a difference? Yeah, I would not be here if it wasn't for her, because I've made a lot of mistakes. And what's crazy is she was the one who pushed me back into this industry. Oh, wow. When I got on TV and I started getting all these followers, even though I wasn't getting paid, I was like, yo, I'm about to be the next craziest reality star. I'm about to just boom. And then after our second show, we wasn't making money. We even got into an argument one time, but she was like, yo, like, when I met you, you were a trader. Like you go on the CBS show and it says Swaggy C, day trader. Like, before, you was day trading, and that, like, you seem more peaceful being on your computer. Like, go back to that. Like, that's what's going to get us out of, you know, living regular, living normal. That's what's going to get us to this grand lifestyle, not these TV shows. So I needed her, especially somebody like her, to push me back into this industry, but back into what my goals are, because if you have the wrong woman, yes, it can tear you down. You have the right woman, you will reach levels you've never reached before. And she's helped me in every single way you could think of. Yeah, because you've never, or at least from what I've seen, because you're very low key with your shit. Clearly, you know, see what we got going on. But you like, you're not really like the party type. Like, you don't really like go out clubbing. You don't really do that. I've never really partied ever. Like, even I have friends right now in college who see me where I am in life, and they're like, it makes sense, because every single week when we were partying in college, you were studying Forex or just doing your laundry down and just reading. Because I read a lot, bro. Yeah. I have over 1,000 books. Like, I read a lot. But I don't like partying. I don't like strip club. I don't like none of that, because just for me, because of where I was raised and how I grew up homeless. So I'm like, okay, my goal is to be a billionaire. That's my goal. Like, people may think that's excessive. People may think it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's going to, especially because I'm here, it's going to happen. But it's not going to happen if I'm out partying. I do think people need, like, relaxing sometimes and to, like, get away from all this stuff. For me, that comes in fighting. I love fighting. Like, I love, like, sparring? Yeah, like MMA. Like, yeah, okay. I will go to Thailand for a month and just fight. Okay. That's it. Just fight. And basketball. I love those are my, like, releases and fun. That's fun for me. Fun is not going to a party for me. You know, that's why you see I don't have, you know, 3, 4 to 5 different cars. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. Yeah. For me, that's not fun. You know what I mean? But for other people, like, who are car enthusiasts, I mean, you know who TJ Millionaire Mentor is? Yeah. If you know him, he's in Los Angeles. He loves cars. He has like 15 cars, and that's what he loves to do. You know what I mean? And it's just, for me, I'm just different. You know what I mean? But no side is right, or both sides are right. Actually, no side is wrong. I mean, it's just what you love to do. So you say you want to be a billionaire, bro. Yeah. Like, where you are right now. Well, what is your goal to be here? Because where you are right now, your bro. For me personally, like, the business that I've created, the people that I've been surrounding myself with, every single month there's like a compound interest. Like, my network just grows, right? If it's a knowledge bank account, anything, it grows, right? So, like, definitely your network is your net worth. So I personally think, one of the craziest networking areas that you could possibly be in. By far. So what's your goal, like, being here, other than, you know, living your life peacefully? Like, what's your goal? My goal is for sure to be a billionaire. And people got to see that you got to play, like, the part that you're in. Like, this is, for example, this is the first time I've put my chains on since living here, like ever. Like first time I've lived here for a month and some change. My first time put my chains on, because when you're in Los Angeles, you got a network. I realize that when I'm not dressed swaggy like or anything like that, people treat you different. In the airport, if I'm not wearing my chains and I look regular, they would treat me regular. They would say, "Oh, like, you know, this is the first class aisle. Like, wait your turn," because I'm just dressed regular. When I put chains on, when I put shades on, they treat me like a superstar. Oh, like, what's your name, Mr. Williams? Like, boom, we got here. Do you need water? And they treat you different, so you got to play the part that you're given. When I'm here, I don't have to play that part. If I'm walking around the neighborhood, I'm wearing chains and I look like a rapper, you push people away. And I'd rather understand that and play my part as opposed to being like, well, they should like me. They don't, like, it doesn't matter what I wear. They should. No, play the part. I'm gonna learn how to play golf. I'm gonna put a suit on. I may wear my chain, may not, but I'm gonna put a suit on and play the part. So when they see me, then it's like, okay, he's clearly in the gates for a reason. He clearly knows what he's doing. Then you are more welcoming. So when I meet these people, then the net worth comes in terms of these billion-dollar conversations, these multi-million-dollar conversations. So I play my part, and that's my goal from being here. Aside from a peaceful life, it is to make a lot of money so that my great-great-great-grandkids can know that their life is set because I took the risk where I didn't really party or I didn't really chase after girls too much. I just locked in, and then my kids can live that life if they want to.
Yeah, because you just changed your legacy forever, bro. Like, you literally came from being homeless from New York. Like, you could make it out of New York. You could go to, let's say, I don't know, Texas. We'll talk a little bit about Texas. I know you went to Texas, make it out. New York, you go to LA. Like, you go to a different city. You went to a different, like, you live in island life.
Island, yeah.
Like, you have just changed your legacy, like, completely. That's the first thing that I told you, like, when I came here. Like, I had a different mindset of kind of like where I wanted to be. Obviously, I'm a lot younger. How old are you now?
I'm 27.
27? I'm 21.
21.
Yeah, I turned.
You're very young. Yeah. You're at a way better spot than I was at 21 too.
When did you start your whole journey?
No, I started my journey at 19, but I'm saying, like, at 21, I wasn't doing this. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't get to this till like 23. You know what I mean? At 21, I was still babysitting and trying to figure out a way. Still trading, but it was my second year of trading, so I didn't know what was going on. It was 2017. You know what I mean? So I'm at a very good spot right now at 21.
And I mean, bro, like, I don't like saying that age is just a number, but, like, you just got to, like, create. Same way how you kind of create, like, time to read. I'm not really a big reader, at least not anymore, because, like, I wanted to, to learn reading just trading. Every single day I give myself either, like, 45 minutes to, like, an hour and a half, where I just get my phone and, like, I put it in a cabinet and I'll just chill on my balcony.
Really?
Or chill, because, like, where in my building we have a sky lounge, so I just chill in the sky lounge and I'm just like, bro, let me think of something. And ideas just, like, come in, like, just random crazy things pop up, and, like, business are created, content is created, whatever the case is.
You're better than me.
Yeah.
I can't just sit and think and a business pops up. I have, like, every business I've started or going to start came from a book and an idea sparked from it. You are very critical to just sit and just think and something just pops up. I can't do that.
Okay, so when you were locked away, you're telling me, like, your phone, like you're telling me, like, you're not going through Instagram.
No,
like,
Big Brother. No, you don't have your phone. You don't talk to your family. You don't talk to none of that.
And now you're telling me you're not going through Instagram. Like, you have no distraction.
Yeah,
bro.
I've muted every single person I follow, their stories, their posts, because I really want to lock in. So, I'll bring it to the whole routine. When I go on Instagram, I don't see nobody. I just see myself. Every single night, when I feel like I've accomplished enough through the day, then I will go through everybody I follow. I'll click their page. Not every single one, but the people who inspire me, I really, really rock with. I'll click their page, see their stories, engage, comment on their stuff, show love. But when I'm working, I don't have time to be on my phone getting distracted for an hour or two and doing that. So I cut that distraction off completely. When I'm trading, the reason I have a PS2 and not like a PS5 or there's no PS6, but like PS6, I don't have any of that, is because the PS2 is what I had when I was homeless. And then we had to pawn it to get money to, move into the shelter, because it costs money to move into the shelter, which is crazy. And then once we moved out the shelter, we bought the PS2 back. And all the video games you see over there, like SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, Final Fantasy, NBA Live 05, those are the games I played. So when I'm trading, I'm just waiting. I like to do things that make me happy. And this brings me to a point to where my dad was alive in my life every single day. And playing those games remind me of the times I used to be, even though I was homeless or had like a super small room, when my dad was alive, and I wish he was here to see it all. So, like, when I'm trading, I will play a video game to make sure that, like, I'm still happy, still peaceful. But I can't be on Instagram, can't be on TikTok, can't get distracted. I just like to be peaceful 24/7.
Sorry for your loss, by the way. Like, how did that help you, like, grind harder? Like, how did that impact your life? Because that I could imagine that's something huge. Yeah,
my dad died at 49, and I was playing basketball when it happened. It definitely impacted my life because I was not expecting it. And he just had a heart attack, but nobody was there to like help him. So like he was actually dead for 3 days and nobody knew.
Oh wow!
Like, I would call him every those 3 days, call him. He wouldn't pick up, to the point I told my mom, like, go check on him. Like, he wouldn't, like, my dad was my best friend and my brother's best friend. He would not pick up for 3 days. He wouldn't just do that. So she, like, got the security police to bust into his room after 3 days, and he was just dead on the couch and dead for days. They could tell that the people said he was dead for days. His body was already cold and dead for days. And it threw me for a loop. It messed me up. But then I came across Forex like 2 months later. So when they say that, like, you know, a loss can like turn into something else, or like there's always light at the end of the tunnel, there is, because ever since that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my dad proud. Like Big Brother wasn't, it was one of my favorite shows growing up, but it was my dad's favorite show. That's why I went on the show. But it definitely was my motivator behind trading, behind all my business, behind everything, just to make him proud. So it definitely had an effect on me. It still does.
I mean, shows like that you did anything that like nothing held you back from like to get where you want to go. You get me?
At that point,
like that you use it as a motivation point to like keep going forward. You get me? That's super crazy, bro.
I mean, no matter what, I look at that to keep going forward. I look at where I came from, which is why I'm so passionate about this industry. Like a lot of people, the one thing I hate about this industry is that there's so much back and forth. Yeah. Like, and I'm not talking about with the leaders. I'm talking about with like the people who either buy our courses or our boot camps or our signals or anything. There's so much like half love you, half hate you, and it's like we're all just trying to make sure y'all are good. You know what I mean? Like that's all we're trying to do. And but no matter what, we're gonna keep pushing, and we all have different motivators, you know. And you know, I know Q worked at Target. I know Sean was like a plumber or something like that. Conor McGregor was a plumber. My dad died. I was homeless.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, you were working at Dunkin' Donuts. You said, right? Like we all have different things that push us to where we want to get to and keep us going. And that was for me. That's
crazy, bro. That to me is like not only that you were homeless, but the fact that where you are now. That to me is, you know, obviously ultimate motivation. Let's talk a little bit about your actual, like, what do you do now? Like, what makes you genuinely happy? Like, because I know, like, bro, this place is quiet. Like, very quiet. It's
quiet.
Yeah. So what's your schedule like? Because, you know, one of your most viral videos is, you know, the day in the life of, you know, like, that video went crazy.
Yeah.
Funny how you structure your day. It's kind of exactly how I do it. Like I have every 30 minutes to 45 minutes of my day structured. Like if I can structure like a breath, like I would. You know what I mean? Like I have like every minute structured.
Yeah.
How do you, like, is that still the same, or has something changed?
Yeah, some of the things have changed a little bit, but I'll take you through a schedule right now. Because obviously my wife is pregnant, so a little bit has changed. But once she goes to sleep, whether that's 12 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I go to my office for the rest of the night, the entire night. I just work. So
yeah, when I put those like 4, this guy's having breakfast at like 4, like 4 in the afternoon. I'm like, bro, what? Like what the hell?
I'm up and active 4 in the morning. Like I'll be in my office. I'll look for a trade, but I'm a swing trader, like you said you are. So I'm not. People get it confused. I don't trade every day. Like I my goal is to trade once or twice a week and hold it for 2-3 weeks. I love swing trading because, like I said in the beginning, like I like to live my life. I'm not trying to be at the charts for 8 hours a day. Like I gave the game 8 years of my life of every single day. And people got to understand is that people grow to have a second love and a third love and a fourth love. And for me, my second, third, and fourth love came from the business that I run, which is the actual Swag Academy, the YouTube with the entertainment and the content. I'm not just trading just by itself. That's the only thing that makes me happy. Everything makes me happy. People are asking, you know, Rihanna for an album. She gave music 10 to 15 years of her life. Now she's doing Savage X Fenty. She became a billionaire from Savage, not from music. LeBron became a billionaire from endorsements, not from basketball. Same with Kobe. Conor McGregor had his biggest payday, believe it or not from that Mayweather fight. He got it from selling the whiskey.
Yeah, the whiskey.
It's so you have second or third different loves, so having different streams of income. So back to my schedule is not just looking for trading setups for 9 hours a day. So I became a swing trader. So hold setups longer, hopefully use a bigger lot size, but hold setups longer. Then I'm focusing on the business, the actual academy, what's going on, what can I do to make it better, how are my students doing. Then from there, I go into YouTube. Should I post a YouTube video today? YouTube paying me money? Should I fall back from YouTube? Should I do something better with YouTube? And then I'm reading a book. I read like 3 hours a day. I'm looking for new ideas on like, what other businesses can I start? What do I have a passion for? And then by that time, I'll work out. I'll play basketball early in the morning. I still do my basketball workouts if I'm D1 still. Like I know all those setups and drills. Come back, shower, get in the pool, get in the hot tub, relax, still peaceful. By the time my wife's up, I may take like a 3-4 hour nap, which is my sleep basically. Eat breakfast, get up, and then just travel the neighborhood, go on a hike with my wife, and just chill. And when I'm not home, I will travel. Because like I guess I travel a lot, but that's really my schedule. Trade.
That's funny you say you train. Like I was telling Swaggy, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take my basketball shoes. I'm gonna ball you up. But Taggy's a lot smaller. He's a lot taller than I thought. I didn't know Swaggy was so tall.
You Google me, it says I'm 5'10". I'm 6'4.5". Like, I'm not 5'10", man. I don't know what people think.
Bro, this guy.
Not you. I'm saying if you Google Swaggy C height, it says 5'10". Like, what are you talking about? You know
bro, I'm telling you, you open the door, I'm like, oh, bro, fuck, bro. Like, damn, I was not ready for this.
Yeah.
No, but that's lit. Like you know. Personally, when it comes to like the fitness, I kind of like been falling off a little bit off that because just like I'm tired. You get me? But you know that you're still training like a D1, like you know, like if you're playing ball, that's pretty crazy.
Now I'm in Dorado.
Okay.
When I was in Los Angeles, I fell off for a good year. When I was my year that I made the most money, not now, but like in 2020 and 2019 was the years I made the most money in my life at that time. Mm-hmm. I was so locked into that, I fell off in fitness. I did not work out. Worked out maybe once a month, so I understand. But once I got to like Dorado and kind of got away from like Los Angeles, I went back right.
But
back
like you're living now.
Like, yeah, I'm good.
Exactly what you said earlier. Like you grinded, kind of where I am, like my grinding phase, and then now you're just living. Now you're just doing your thing.
And I still want to grind, but I don't want to like. I was literally like, it got to a point to where like I was neglecting my wife to the point where like she was asking me, "Can we spend time together?" You know what I mean? Because we used to spend time all the time together. Now I'm so focused on money, and like we got enough to be good. Now I want more to the point where we had to figure things out because like. I'm grinding. What am I grinding for? You're grinding for your unborn kid. You're grinding for your generation. Okay, cool, but you got to make time for things that are important because Ty Lopez says something where it's like, is a guy who he knows who is worth $5 billion, worth more than Ty, but he's so big and overweight, he can't get out to enjoy it, and he has a short life expectancy. He's expected to die in his like 50s or no, he's 50 now, in his 60s because he's overweight. And it's like you got to make sure you take care of all areas. And when I realized that, I go, okay, I got to take care of my health again. I got to make sure I'm working out. All the money in the world means nothing if like Steve Jobs said, or the people who work with Steve Jobs, means nothing if you die tomorrow from a disease. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Steve Jobs had a disease you can't really control, but like he died. He was the richest person in the graveyard, you know? So you got to make sure you take care of everything.
Talking about Bailey, how excited are you, bro, for the girl?
For my girl, yeah. So I have a girl on the way. Her name's going to be Laura Lee. I'm excited. It didn't hit me until we had the gender reveal. Like the first 4 months Bailey was pregnant, it didn't hit me. It just felt like, okay, like we just have a kid's coming. I just never knew it until like it was real. And I grind for my kids, you know, even though I don't have any right now. But I like being homeless. My goal was to be the best father I could be, so that my kids never got to go through what I went through. I don't want them to even sniff struggle. Mm-hmm. That's why I moved to Dorado. That's why she's gonna be born here. That's why she's gonna when she's grow up. All she's gonna know is luxury. She's gonna have a Bentley golf cart. She's gonna be lit. You know what I mean? But that's what I grind for. So that's why I'm excited because now the pressure is really on. Mm-hmm. Now you really got to, it's not just you and Bay no more. You done brought a kid into this world who didn't ask to come into this world. So now you got to provide. So it makes me happy that, one, I got to go to a new level in my whether it's trading game or business game, my creativity to provide for her and make sure that she always keeps the lifestyle that I want for her.
Yeah, like I said, bro, you changed your legacy completely. Yeah. Like fully. You're telling me you're going to bring out your family here too?
Yeah. So
how lit is that, bro?
I'm moving my family out here. So the apartments you guys saw on the tour, I'm moving my mom out here, my brother out here, and a few other people who really means a lot to me because I want them to experience this peaceful life because like the people close to me are just like me. They're peaceful. They don't really like partying too much. They be chilling. They like to have fun. That's why they go out. They go visit certain places. But I've never drunk or smoked anything a day in my life. I've never even tried anything. So I like to just relax and chill. But they're all gonna move here. I'm moving them all here, and I want my family close to me. And I don't know, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
How would what would you say out there? Let's say somebody that maybe let's not say homeless. Because that's like, bro, that's crazy. Like, I don't want to say like I can't envision that. I've never been in a position like that. Like, I don't come from poor. Like, I come from mediocre family. Mm-hmm. Like, my family was very happy with standard. They're very happy with living okay.
Gotcha.
With just being just fine. You get me? So, what would you what would you recommend, or like, what would be like a piece of advice you could give out there to somebody that's like living okay, maybe under that, kind of going through some struggles? What would be a
spend money on yourself. Like I people have an issue with programs and courses or self-development books like The Richest Man in Babylon or The Success Principles, anything in general. Spend money on yourself because that's the only way you're going to get out of it. By trying to penny pinch is not going to. I'm talking about if you're really, really poor, then yes, save some money. But I'm talking about like if you have some money to like spend, do not try to throw it into an account. Don't try to get into the latest scam. Like spend money on yourself and programs because that's the only way you're going to get it. People don't know. I spent money on 8 to 9 different courses. I've read over, 700, 800 books, even though I have 1,000 plus books in my library. I've probably read maybe 70, 80% of them.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And you have to spend money on yourself to learn these new things. You can't just unlearn, like you said about your family. You can't unlearn standard by walking into it. You have to hear different perspectives, listen to different podcasts, read certain books, and open your mind to different things. And for me, I had to read all those books or go through everything I went to, buy all those courses to get to the point I am today. And like I said, every course that I bought played an integral role on me being here. Even if I don't trade the same way, like I started with Ty, then I bought Steve Morrow's Beat the Market Maker course, then I bought Jason Stapleton's course, he doesn't even trade anymore. Then I bought Storm Bryant, now Storm Lewis's course. No, Storm Lewis, now she got married, named Storm Bryant. I bought her course, she was fire. Bought somebody else's course, bought Asher's course. I bought like literally 8 different courses, and then I ended up making it, like figuring out what I really want to do with my own strategy and what I love to do. But I don't look at there's an issue with these people that you're talking about who follow us or follow other traders. They get mad if they spend money on one course and it's not the way they like to trade, or the signals, like whoever does signals doesn't hit for a good month. It's like, relax. This is a journey. It took me 8 years to get here. You know what I mean? Like 4 years in terms of trading, but like if you even go back to college, like I was homeless at 13 years old. It took me years to get here. It didn't come overnight. So I would tell them, be patient, spend money on yourself. That means books, courses, podcasts, whatever, and trust the process. You're gonna have deals that go bad. You're gonna have deals that go good, but understand it's a part of the process. I just spent 25 racks. Even though I'm in the position I am right now, there's somebody who's in a better position than me. He does one-on-one mentorship, not in trading, but just in life in general. I just spent 25 racks for a one-on-one with him for, I think, 4 sessions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still trying to get better myself. And if it doesn't make me better, it is what it is. Like, but I'm not afraid. And that's why people like me and y'all feel like we're here, because we're not afraid to take risks. So please, if you're out there and you're in a bad position, not homeless, but in a bad position, take risks. And don't fear what happens, what's on the other side of it.
Have you taken any risks that you look back at now you're like, damn, I low-key regret it? Or
nah,
like,
there's not one risk that I've taken that I've regret. I've dropped out of college. I quit TV before I even had like actual clear cut money.
Yeah, 14,000 is not money.
No, 14,000.
Yeah, so I'm saying 14,000 is not money.
No, there's no risk. There's a lot of things that went wrong, like, you know what I mean, like hiring certain people who, you know, like I think Drake had a meme where he said, I've taken people who were in bad positions and elevated them, where I just gave them 50 racks to better themselves, hired them, gave them a better job, got them out of debt. I'd done so many different things with different people to where when they got up, they turned their back on me and did the snakiest stuff. And Drake said that, and that's a meme not a meme, but a reel that I feel wholeheartedly, but I don't regret it because it taught me so many lessons. So there's no risk I've taken that I regret ever.
Talking about people that like turn their back on you, like, you know, looking back now, obviously you're probably like from your, I don't even want to say you're great, because you don't even probably have like a close group of friends, because you didn't, you know, stay a full year or full like 2-3 years in high school or whatever the case is. Like,
yeah.
Are there any of like, you know, the people from back in the day that are like, damn, you know, I didn't believe in you, or like now they're like saying, yo, what's up?
Everyone.
Like, yeah.
Everyone.
How does that feel?
Everyone. That's why, like, when you look at my gender reveal, there's only 2 friends that I flew out and brought. I would do anything for them. Like, I plan on clearing their debt. I haven't done so yet, but I plan on clearing both their debt, flying them out to experience life with me. And like, my goal for next year is to go to 1 NBA game in every single arena and go to I think all the UFC fights, because I went to a UFC event last year. It was the craziest thing in the world.
Yeah, I was out with I saw you took your brother out there.
Took my brother. We sat front row. We met everybody backstage. We got in the ring, bro. It was It cost a bag though, but that means more to me than that. Like, these chains probably cost me $150, and if I could sell them tomorrow, I would. I don't like them. I don't care about them. I wear them out of necessity. Like, I paid $150. It's here. I'm just gonna wear them. I don't like them. The UFC event cost $130 for 2 days.
130K.
30K for 2 days. For front row seats to meet Dana White, talk to them, have dinner with them, meet the fighters, go in the ring, practice the walk to the ring, get a private driver to drive you everywhere, have a security guard to walk you through. So when Conor McGregor, people don't know this, if you go see Conor McGregor's UFC 264 walkout, me and my brother was right behind him. Like, we get to walk out with Conor, like 130, but that experience is something that means more to me than any of these chains on right now. So back to what you said about friends, yes, but there's only, like, I can count them on one hand the friends that I will take on that journey with. All the girls out there, there's so many girls out there who have curved me, coming back in my DMs, ex-girlfriends, and not ex-girlfriends, but like ex-flings that people I've been with, teachers, people, like a lot of people who didn't believe, people who hated me in high school are in my DMs like, yo, you really made it, congrats. I'm just like, thank you. Can we hang, can I get you? No, like, people who know me have the audacity to come my DMs like, yo, text me, here's my number. What am I text you for? I've not talked to you in 8 years. Why am I going to text you? There's nothing to talk about. Yeah, that makes sense. Going from homeless to where I am today, like you said, I had no role model whatsoever to look up to. So I never thought about being a billionaire at 14 years old when I like stopped being homeless and got to like our first like stable house, like a small 2-bedroom. I never thought about being a billionaire. I just thought about, okay, I want to make enough money to make sure my family's good. So I didn't even know. I thought $1 million was a lot of money. To people out there watching, $1 million is a lot of money to them. It's not a lot of money to me. It's not because that's not like a flex. It's just saying that like I've gotten to the point to where I'm used to it now, and the things I want for like my daughter and my wife cost a lot more than that because of my future generations. But at that point, I'm like, okay, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire by 25. What really set it off, to answer your question, really was I just turned 19 years old, February 17th, 2014. I had a girlfriend at the time who was everything to me. We dated all through high school, dated for 4 or 5 years, loved her family to death. And I mean, she was just the world to me. And I found out that she was cheating on me. We went to different colleges. I was a freshman, and I found out she was cheating on me. And when she cheated on me, she blocked me, and I never got a closure or excuse on why it happened. And it messed me up. Like it completely messed me up. And it wasn't until that happened to where I said, I am like, my goal literally at that point was, I'm going to make her regret ever leaving me. That is my number one main goal. In doing that, that is when I came across books, financial literacy, because of a stupid breakup, which is crazy. And then I get to a point where I'm rich, where I don't care about the breakup no more, but it started because of that. It didn't start because like my dad died after the breakup. You know what I mean? Like, so that fuels me even more. But to get to the point where I didn't have a role model or anything like that, none of that stuff, like I didn't think about the grand scheme of things until I got cheated on. And then it was like, oh, I really got to figure out how to be the next whoever in this world. And once that happened, I researched so much, and I got to the point where I am now. It started because of that. And then I started looking up role models, reading every single book I could think of. My dad died, motivation, things that happened after that. That breakup set it all off, though.
And to your family now that you plan to like bring out, like how do they see you? Because like, you know, my family, they're Latin. Like I told you, they're Cuban. They don't really like understand anything that I do.
Yeah.
Right? Like they are still like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, they're clueless, right?
Yeah.
What about you? Because like you know, you guys are in the States. You know, you're from New York, so at least you know maybe you know we have access to here's stuff in the States that obviously we don't have in Cuba. So like, how do your family see it now that where you are now?
My family still doesn't understand why I'm here in Puerto Rico. They don't, you know what I mean? Until they visit, like my family's gonna come and visit in like 2 or 3 weeks. My brother came and visited, he understands completely. One of Bailey's friends came and visited, she understands, but they don't understand. You know, my mom is just happy she's retired. Like we were talking about people getting laid off during the pandemic. My mom got laid off during the pandemic and she was crying because she didn't know where income would come from. I told mom, Mom, you're good. Like I'll pay all your bills, you can retire right now. And she's like, are you sure? Like I don't know how sustainable what you're doing is, all this extra stuff. And people know the story about like me telling my mom, like, I'm dropping out of college, you need to support me or not support me. She ended up supporting me when I dropped out. So I told her, I'm gonna retire you one day. And when she was like, I mean, she sent me a video crying her eyes out saying she just got laid off and she doesn't know how she's gonna pay bills and rent this month. At that point, I just paid her bills every month and told her, hey, you're retired, don't work again. And now she's at a point to where she expects things. She expects, you know what I mean? Like, she expects vacation. She expects it. You know what I mean? She's, 51 years old. She's chilling. So now she understands what I'm doing. She'll send me motivational clips on like, LeBron just hit $1 billion. You're next. Like she'll motivate me now because she understands now. But coming up, a lot of family members didn't understand. They didn't understand Puerto Rico until I told them. Like when you break it down, like first of all how peaceful it is out here. You show them pictures, show them videos. Doesn't do it justice until you're actually in here. But then you break down the money side on how much money you could actually save, then it's like, oh, okay, like I get it. So it takes a while to explain it to them. Sometimes it's better off not explaining because like I'm my own person, I can live my own life, but the family will understand eventually for sure.
And then now that like you're here, does it feel real? Like, is it like Like, has it hit you yet that you're living here, or is it like not hit you yet?
No, it hit me. It hit me. Like I said, it hit me that I lived in Dorado, Puerto Rico once. I went to New York to go back home to visit my family in Connecticut, and I actually hated it. Like I was like, I can't wait to get on a flight back to San Juan and get back out to Puerto Rico. And I got to Puerto Rico and I got dropped off by the cab to my doorstep. It was like, I'm home. My pool, my hot tub, my office. You know, we're still getting acclimated with the environment, and we still gotta play golf more, and I gotta play basketball more, and my office stuff. It takes a little bit longer to get here than it would in Los Angeles, but I live here, bro. Like I'm not going nowhere, bro.
Trust me, I'm not trying to leave, bro. I'm trying to. We could go on this podcast for like 2 hours. I'm not trying to leave.
It's beautiful here, bro. It's a different element. I'm just thankful for everybody who's out there who supports me, supports you, supports the thing that we do, and no matter what, I think we're doing a service to the community with whatever that we're doing. I think if a lot of people in the industry stay out of drama and just focus on what they're doing, then a lot of the audience has to follow suit and kind of go from there, whether it's a prop firm or the signals or courses or actual trading. All of that benefits every single person. And I think a lot of the industry leaders are doing a good job, and I just hope that the fans or the audience see that we're trying our best to make sure you guys are good, because we wanted to. We really could sit back and just focus on ourselves. And we do that sometimes, but a lot of times we're doing things for them, like doing launches, doing boot camps, doing in-person classes. We're doing that all for them, and I hope they can appreciate that fully one day.
That's awesome. What would be one last piece of advice you could give out there to a startup trader or just anybody like trying to live in Dorado?
Trying to live in Dorado. One piece for a startup trader is what I said in the beginning. Don't be afraid to try new things. Try as much as you can. Do not give yourself a time limit. Like people, I said this before, if you give yourself a time limit to learn how to trade, you're a scam. Like you want to say all these people who sell courses are a scam, you're a scam. You came in saying, I'm gonna not like the industry, I'm talking about a random trader who's struggling. You came into this industry thinking you're gonna make money in a month, and then you don't make money in a month. Somebody else is a scam. No, you're the scam, because you came in with the wrong expectations, thinking it's gonna happen overnight, when a lot of us busted our ass for years to get here. And then when we get here, yeah, we still love trading, we still trade, but we're starting new ventures, and it's like, oh, you're not helping us as much. And no, we still are, but understand that, try things. Don't be afraid to take risk, and stop trying to be handheld into this industry. Nobody held our hand to do things. We had to get it out of the mud. We had to take all these courses, trial and error, our biggest losses, our biggest wins in this market. We had to go through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of everything. We did it. So people out there who's watching us, use us as inspiration, whether it's joining our program, join the signals, don't join it, go baby pips, go be on the stock market, do something else. But don't give yourself a time limit. I don't care if it takes 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. People got to understand, they're looking at everybody out here, all these leaders who are, I'm gonna try to wrap this up, but I have so much to say. It's just a lot. But
no, go ahead.
They see somebody making $500,000 in a month trading, and they think that's realistic. That is an anomaly, meaning like it can happen, but it's like the best of the best of the best. Realistically, people don't know, like the stats say, if you make over $80,000 a year trading a year, you're one of the best of the best. Now, obviously, like there's George Soros best, and there's Warren Buffett best in terms of investing. But somebody making $500,000 in a day or $150,000 a day, use that as motivation. But when you don't do it and you're only making $8,000 a month, that is amazing, because you're making 100 and something K a year. People don't understand when it came like. It's just so much, because there's so many things you can do, and then aside from trading, people don't understand. People want to talk about people who have programs and courses. I want everybody to go research this when this podcast ends, and tell me if I'm lying in the comments. Somebody go tell me, what was Warren Buffett's first real job? People don't know this. He was selling courses called Investment Principles in Nebraska. He went to college before he even made $1 million ever investing. He was selling a seminar, they called it back in the day. It wasn't a course, but it was a seminar called Investment Principles, teaching people how to invest when his last investment failed. I'm not saying that's what everybody does. I'm saying that like nobody talks about Warren Buffett. They want to talk about people in this industry. They don't talk about Warren Buffett that way, because he did that, used that money, then used the money from his 9-to-5 job, combined both money to finally make his first real investment, and then started going crazy. Then became the president of, Berkshire Hathaway he started, and then he became the richest man in the world. Then Bill Gates came, then Elon came, then Jeff Bezos came. But nobody knows that's how he started. So people out there, long story short, take risk and do not give yourself a time limit on how long it takes to be successful in this market, and just live life. That's it. Like, everybody's trying to help you out here. Don't think everybody's out here trying to be for themselves. They're trying to help you, but also be a man, be a woman, and take initiative yourself.
It's almost not even fair. Like when I did the meet and greet earlier here in Puerto Rico, there's like, oh bro, like I've been like 3 months, like, you know, trading, I haven't made any money, and I'm just like, bro, like, why are you complaining, bro? Like, it's all like, it's almost not even fair. Like, I still lose to this day, and I don't complain to nobody. Like, you've been risking a couple $100, like, bro, for example, like, I took, let's just say an example, right? Like, I took your course and I haven't made any money from it. Bro, dude, like, you're not doing the things right. You get me? Like, it's almost not even fair that you just finished watching the video and the next trade you take at the end of the video doesn't hit take profit.
It doesn't,
like, bro,
yeah.
Like,
it's not
like,
fair.
Like, you're not even being fair to me that I put up the risk for what? 3-4 years to kind of figure out where I am now. You get me? Like, I'm putting up these $1,000 every single night when I take a trade. Yep. Like, you're not being fair to me. Like, you're being selfish. You get me? Kind of just like,
we put ourselves in a bad situation.
Yeah, bro.
It's a tough situation because I can show you several people who have became profitable from my course, and I can show you a lot of people who just complain and like, I've been in your course for, like you said, 5 months. I'm not profitable yet. And like, keep going, keep studying. It's not just, and what I tell people out there, that it's not just going to be my course. I keep telling people, I took 9 different courses and I put things together and I figured it out myself. So take the best piece of advice that you got from my course, then go on YouTube, then go buy somebody else's course, take somebody's boot camp, go do this, try this, boom. And then once you figure out that you've gotten enough information and now it's time to try to put it together, then put it together. But there's a reason, like, our programs do not say, or our signals, whatever, that, hey, you join this, you're guaranteed to make money. I was not guaranteed to live in the same neighborhood as Tai Lopez from buying his 67 Steps program. There's people on YouTube with 1 million views calling Tai Lopez a scam, like 1 million views saying, I hate him. I took his 67 Steps program, and mind you, it was $67, and they're complaining about that, or they're complaining about Mentor Box, where he does, he has people who give summaries of books for $7 a month. It's the biggest scam in the world. You spent $7. You spent $200. You spent, like, you didn't even spend no money. Like, keep going through things, because Ty changed my life. I live in the same neighborhood as him because of how he gave me the foundation. Then I took initiative. I didn't ask Ty to hold my hand. There was millions of people who bought that course. I figured that out, went to a foundation, went to reading books, and then I went from there. And people out there just need to take their time. Stop saying I've been in here for 6 months and I haven't done things. You can know that and take a break. There's no reason. There's nothing wrong with taking a 2-week or a 3-week break. And there's a reason. This is the last thing I'll say, because I feel like there's so much more I can say. But realistically, is that there's a reason where, like, a lot of traders out there, you can't find too many. It's hard to find one who has my FX book linked for like 10 years straight. Reason being is because, one, a lot of us are private. We keep our accounts private. We keep everything's private. 2, and I told Bailey this the other day. Me and Bailey was talking about, like, you know, bank accounts and stuff like that. And I told her that, like, back in the day when we didn't have that much money, there's a reason why I never told you how much money we were making or losing, because you would freak out. So when it comes to the MyFX book, 1 month I may make 20 racks, 50 racks, 40 racks. The next month I may lose 4,000 or 6,000. So I may have a red month, and then 4 green months in a row, then 1 red month. Somebody may come and be like, oh, like, people, when you say you lose on your story, like, oh, you lose? You're supposed to be this master trader. No, I'm not. I'm a great trader. We still lose. We're all human beings. Like, Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest players of all time. He also missed the most shots in NBA history, by far. Barry Bonds, Barry Bonds or Hank Aaron, the most strikeouts in NBA history. Also the most home runs in NBA, like, MLB history. It's a real life thing. You know what I mean? So I need people to understand that, like you said, we still lose, we still do this, but we keep things private. We try to teach you as much as we can. You will see people, like, link a MyFX book for like a 3-month period, a 6-month period, a 1-year period. Anytime somebody even shows you that, be grateful. They don't have to show you that, but when they do show you that, be grateful. But, like, people do take breaks. They take like, for me, like, I remember I took a 3-month break last year. I traded for 9 months. And I took a 3-month break, not consecutively. I took like a 1-month break, back to trading, 1-month break. But it happens. I don't want to trade every single day, 12 months a day. So if somebody's losing, back to the original question, and they're losing for 6 months, 7 months, take a break. Realize what you're doing it for, then come back with a sound mind the next month and see how that helps you.
And I definitely feel like with a lot of traders, like, they always ask, oh, how long did it take for you to get profitable? It's like, bro, like, my time is different than yours. Like, for me, it took 2.5 years. You're telling me 4.
Yeah.
Q says 6 months.
Q said, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's like, bro,
it's
like, everybody's looking for, like, that answer. Like, oh, all right, bet. like, 5 months and 2 days, I'm not profitable, you're a scam, you're wrong. You get me? That's where a lot of people kind of have that wrong mindset. And that I think is because they don't want it bad enough. They're just looking for like the time to come and then like, oh, someone to like blame. You get me? Kind of have like an excuse.
Fact. Somebody wrote me the other day and said, quick, how can I, if I take your course, can I make $10,000 next month real fast? If so, I'll buy it right now. I said, don't waste my time. Don't buy it. Yeah. Just don't buy it. You're just going to set yourself up for failure because you can't give yourself a time. If I told myself, if I never popped off my 4th year and I was a babysitter my 7th year in, I would have still kept learning how to trade because I knew it was my exit point to get out of what I was doing. I wasn't going to find anything that was better. I wasn't going to find a 9 to 5 job that was better. Stop giving yourself a time limit and trust yourself. Like trust the journals that you're, or the books you're reading. Have a trading journal. Do what you got to do. Study all of it and track your trades and stuff. But stop giving yourself a time. Everything is different. I would love to come in and learn how to trade for 6 months, but for me, I had to go through those years of struggle, go on a TV show, think I was going to be the next crazy person. My wife bring me back into shape and tell me, no, you're like, be back into trading. Almost drown on national TV to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm never doing this again. And to get to the point where I'm in today.
It's funny that you say much John. We have a friend that doesn't know how to swim either.
Really?
We fuck with him all the time, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because like, you guys, when you guys are like from up north, you guys don't really like go like to beaches or pools and stuff.
Not in Connecticut, New York.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, bro, I'm born in Miami. There's, you always go to the beach and pool. That's why I'm laughing. But yo, Swaggy, I generally appreciate you, the gems, bringing me to your crib, showing me Dorado, like, and I'm gonna be honest, like changing my perspective. Like my new standard has just like elevated. I swear to God.
Really?
Like I had a goal and like that is shit to me now. I swear to God. So I appreciate you saying.
I have different goals. I'll run through my goals real fast and we can get out of here. Like I have a $3 million trading goal this year. Like that's my goal for trading.
Profit.
Yeah, the $3 million is my trading goal. I said 1.73. Like that's my goal. People got like that is my trading goal. Business wise, I would love to make, not just so I include YouTube, because YouTube was paying me 40, 50 racks a month at one point when I was being consistent. I would love to, make 6 to 10 million with all the businesses that I do and all the investing I do, and hopefully bring in, anywhere between 10 to 15 next year. Like those are my goals. But like I said, I hope it's a standard for people watching. Have different goals. Have a trading goal, have a business goal, a 9 to 5 goal. If you have a 9 to 5, have different goals. Don't just put all your eggs in this one trading basket. Put it in that basket and then do the others as well. So
that's lit.
Appreciate you,
yo, appreciate you, Swaggy. Yo, thank you for coming.
Gang life.
Take it easy, guys. See you guys.